And we're live. Here it is. It is the check-in show. It's episode 54. There's 5 beings on that poster, but right now there's just the 2 of us. Just the 2 of us.
We'll just have to mosey along
Yeah.
till
Well,
they till they show up, and they probably will.
yeah. Exactly. We're just checking in with each other, seeing that everybody is okay. This is a new day, new time. So it's understandable that we'd be confused, even though we all agreed and sent messages on it.
Yeah,
Uh, was that me being like biting, sarcastic, or
a little,
what
but
was it?
that's okay.
Patty?
It's part of the things we do on this show.
I
So
just don't know. I know that's the type of behavior to sort of correct and to be a better person.
yes,
So
but sometimes every once in a while, everybody slips.
yeah, just tease a little bit. Just tease a
Yes, a
little bit.
little bit. A little bit of sarcasm goes a long way.
Mhm. If anybody's watching you, just say
Yes, please.
hello,
Hello.
check in with us, let us know how you're doing,
Yeah.
and know that we're trying to think positive thoughts for everybody. I know I sounded very hippie when I said that, but that does make a difference. If
Yes.
you're
And I should be the hippy dippy one because I'm much closer to the hippie generation of all of us. I'm the oldest, so it's like I'm really actually a boomer. So I just missed out on being a hippie. I was on the fringe, and actually I had a fringe jacket. So so I was on the fringe of being a hippie. Like when in the summer of love, I was 12. That's a little early to be doing the sex and drugs
what
and rock and roll shit, you know?
what um, we're not going to mention Jim Jones or any of those.
Oh, good Lord, no.
What what year were your parents married though?
My parents were married in 1953, and I was born in 1955. So they had been married 2 years when I came along,
Yeah.
and
I,
then
I
and then the
just
cavalcade of other children followed. So
and just pointing out
yeah,
that my parents uh, were married around the same time as your parents.
hmm,
So stylistically, I sort of grew up in the same
yes,
generation. I have a brother. I have 2 brothers, I think, who are older than you are. So
yeah, okay,
uh, yeah, there's gaps.
hmm,
Uh, so yeah, I mean, the folk festival generation sort of was, my older siblings thing.
right.
I had one brother who listened to too much disco. Uh,
We can forgive and forget.
mm,
Sometimes it's like I was of the mindset when disco came along, I absolutely loathed and detested it, and I refused to actually acknowledge it as a music genre.
mm.
But you were in it. I mean, you couldn't help it. It was in advertising. It was all sorts, all over the place. And
I,
but
I, I, I try not to dislike a genre of music
but I
because
hated disco. I
but
really
there's so much
loathed
that.
this.
Oh, okay. I'm going to point out something to you.
Hmm.
What's your thoughts on meatloaf? Not the food.
I know. Meatloaf was. In every music genre, there's always some sort of an outlier, somebody who sort of like pushes the boundaries, but also it crosses over and does stuff that, it's not this, it's not that. It's sort of like a meld of things, and that's, again, that's part of the whole music scene. But I had no problem with Meatloaf. I was not a great fan, even though I
Mm.
did have some of his music. I was not a super fan of Meatloaf. Meatloaf to me was like, um, hmm, I hate to, he was sort of the Kenny G of rock and roll.
I will. I won't quite take it that way.
Right,
The reason I mentioned Meatloaf because one of his most
right,
famous tracks is
right.
as "Paradise" by the
A
Dashboard Light,
dashboard light, yeah,
which is off of
yeah,
the "Bat Out of Hell" album.
right.
Uh, I would describe him more as theatric rock.
Yes, that's
So
true. He was
so
very theatric. In fact, that's
so
why he ended up in Rocky Horror Picture Show, the Rocky
yes,
Horror Picture movie.
yeah,
So, yeah.
and his the co-author on most all of his songs. We're talking about Meatloaf there,
Yeah.
Claudio. Welcome, Claudio.
Yeah.
Hello.
I
Jim
guess
Steinman. Yeah. Jim Steinman was a, yeah. He
yeah,
was in the musical theater, really.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so if you listen to Paris by the Dashboard Light, it's like a
It's a Broadway show.
evolution. Yeah,
If you listen to the album, the entirety of the album, it could be a Broadway show. It looked like it was designed to be a Broadway show, but it never became a Broadway show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also though like that song itself, not just
Yeah.
the album. That song
Yeah.
itself
Yeah.
transitions from early to like early doo-wop
Yes.
to disco to rock.
Yeah.
And that's the transitions. I mean, it's an incredibly long song. So
Hey, Claudio.
Hello.
Nice of you to join us. I think AJ's going to
Yeah.
come along soon.
Nice.
do you know are you familiar with Meatloaf other than as an actor in Fight Club and such?
No. I just noticed him as an actor in Fight Club.
So you don't know his music or his musical career? His
No.
No. Okay. All right. We were just discussing different music genres.
I really haven't seen this in a long time, and I have no idea if it is if it's cringeworthy now to watch. But he actually starred in a movie called The Roadie.
Yeah, he did.
And it is chock full of all these rock and roll cameos.
Right.
And all he is he's like a simple guy who fixes stuff,
Mm-hmm.
who starts working with bands as a roadie,
Right.
by accident, and then he just becomes known as the best roadie. It's like it's almost a mystical ability to fix things for the bands and get it together, which was it was a fun movie when I watched it, but I don't know
How well
it would have
aged. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, the thing about the whole phenomenon, or the, if you will, the career that was being a roadie, because a lot of guys did this like for years and years and years and years, and they toured excessively, and they went with every goddamn rock band you can imagine. They were like, oh yeah, you want your shows done well, you got to get this guy, or you got to get this guy to do your lighting, you got to get this guy to do your sound checks, And they were professionals, but they were sort of like seen as just sort of hangers on, which is it's not doing a good service to them.
Well, light and sound guys weren't considered roadies.
No, that's true. Yeah,
roadies were the grunt works.
Yes,
like they were the ones that they
but
took care of emergencies. They fixed they fixed problems. They did security sometimes as well. They carried all the gear.
Yeah, but a lot of them were in that gray area where they weren't really like technicians, but they were almost technicians, because they could set it up even if the technician, I knew a few people who were like lighting and sound guys, and they knew the people who actually helped them out knew as much or more sometimes than they did when they were on any given setup, depending on the band, depending on the venue. It's like anything else. The more you do it, the more you learn. The more you learn, the better you do it. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Claudio, how was your weekend?
Good.
Sorry,
good.
we just trying to draw you out a little bit.
Yeah.
No, it was good. How about yours?
Yeah, it was a good weekend. It was a
a very non-eventful but very calm and relaxing weekend, which is like,
I was busy. I was busy this weekend, so
yeah. Okay.
Things are beginning to ramp stuff up.
Good.
First week of March, I'm doing a bunch of stuff. So
Good for you.
Yeah. No, same.
Yeah.
I've been booking some stuff. So
Excellent. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hoping that by March, later in March, maybe April, that I will be able to sort of dip my toe back into the scene if I can, because I'm sort of still waiting. There's that B1B or whatever the fuck they call it, B12 variant that they say is just shown up. It's like, oh, not another fucking variant,
What makes
but
this one different?
I do not know. I just say that because I've heard about it and I don't know the particulars of it, but it seems to be an offshoot of Omicron. So it's like,
But
damn.
but now there's not going to be a lockdown. So
Yeah. Well, I think we're on the verge. I think we're on the verge, and don't hold me to this here because I'm not in any way a specialist, or this is just my personal observation. I think we're on the verge of the whole thing starting to transition from pandemic to endemic situation,
Yeah.
where it's going to be still around, but it's going to be fairly manageable enough that it won't be, we will be able to sort of like start to live with this shit. Which, we've been living with it for 2 years, but we've been living with it in a much more acute emergency setting, So
yeah.
anyway,
All right.
so Claudio, did you pick up on the fact that they're closing down Peroni's? Sid is closing down Peroni's
I knew it. I knew this. I knew this
last
before.
week.
Well, even before, like he was.
Oh, yeah?
He was one of the first people who told me, and
Mhm.
it's for a stupid reason. But-
Of course it is. It's
Yeah. Like, well, I mean, the owner told me the reason why they're closing down is because now they want to connect a tunnel from PVM to Sun Life,
right.
and then they don't want to make all that space that they have for the restaurant and everything else. They want
Right.
to make it into like a gigantic lounge,
Oh,
kind of like in front of the Bonaventure Hotel. There's that building. The PVM building. That they want to make it that style where there's like lounge chairs and people can go sit. So
Okay.
So I mean, it's a PVM building facing the Bonaventure Hotel. They want to make it that kind of loungy.
right.
So and then because they're like,
But PVM is some distance away from Sun Life, isn't it?
yeah, there's a tunnel that connects to Sun
Jesus.
Life. Yeah, it hasn't been used since.
Well, there's so many tunnels in Montreal. Montreal's
It's
underground
part
city.
of the underground
so,
city.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
like a whole underground city that apparently, like, well, you know what? We'll go through tunnels. I'm like, okay. I actually discovered. Well, no, I actually found out there's a tunnel from my work to going to all the way to not McGill, but to Sun Life. So there was a tunnel going from there. Because it was by accident because I had to go get something, and then I'm like, oh, what is this like? What is this door? And I opened it, and it was just like a tunnel, long, narrow. I'm like, I didn't go in it because I was scared and it was dark. And no, apparently, yeah, I know. So when I found out that there's a tunnel from PVM to Sun Life, I'm like, that is a long tunnel.
That's a bloody ways to walk.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for the winter, I guess, if you don't want to, but the restaurant was good,
I liked that room. That room had a lot of soul to it.
Yeah.
It was you were amongst the people, you were amongst the crowd. It wasn't a big venue by any stretch of the imagination, but when you packed it up, it rocked.
Yeah, I mean, oh well, whatever. It's
it is a small restaurant. Too.
In the history books, it's like the Comedy Works, huh?
Yeah, well,
actually, you know what? I got when was it? It was every year on my birthday. I got a update. Oh, this time you were going to perform at the Comedy Works or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah,
what you gonna do?
Other venues to look at. Yeah, other venues to look at. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Sid says he's already got some place that he's going to replace it with. So
yeah. He already has a place. I forgot where, but
in the same general vicinity of the downtown, or
yes, that's I do know it's in the general vicinity. I do know it's 3 blocks down.
Okay.
The restaurant. I just don't remember the name. Like he told me, he tells me a couple of times. I'm like, all right. But I know. But I know I've been booking. There's like slowly getting back into it. It's it feels good again to actually.
Are you guys starting off beat again in March? or April.
For offbeat.
Offbeat, yeah.
We don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. We're gonna bring it back. It's just
Yeah.
we don't know exactly what date is going. I mean, because I'm turning 32 the end of
Right.
March, and I'm like, it would be nice if there's another birthday roast.
Yes.
So this time,
Considering you missed the 30th
and the 31st.
and the 31st,
So I'm
yeah.
like, it would be nice
Yes. If somebody
I mean,
who
both.
shall remain nameless but has the
Yeah.
has the initials Kyle.
I'm like, let me go be like at least tell me so I could prepare it, and then
Right. Right.
so then I could put it in.
Right.
I mean, it can make the event, but it would be nice.
Uh-huh.
Whatever. To be honest, no, it is gonna come back.
You still have you're still welcome at Lord William.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
great.
I'm still welcome. But the other place where we do Pub St. Paul, we're not going back to it.
No, Dirty Four is not going to go back there.
No. We're 34 is going to come back, but we're looking at a different venue.
Okay.
Because we didn't like the last two that we were at, and but if we do come back with it, we're not going to do it weekly. We're going to start it with a monthly, then bi-weekly, because weekly is too much. Like we realized it was too much work because we're all working,
right?
And we're like no, like bi-weekly is okay. Monthly, we're going to start it again, and then from there we'll see. We'll see how it goes, because now we're still in the, even when everything does open up, and people are going to shows, we're gonna wait until we're fully like April, May.
Well, it's mid-March that supposedly everything will be released. All of the restrictions will be lifted. So,
but I keep asking everyone, are masks still mandatory?
I think they won't be. I think they'll still be recommended. I think that a lot of people will probably still want to protect themselves, or if
wearing a mask is not protecting yourself.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. But it's people who care enough will wear a mask. Yeah. They protect others. But,
I do think that in the metros, masks should still be mandatory.
Well,
air circulation in the metros are. So I believe wearing a mask there should be.
I think we should take some inspiration from the Asian countries in that respect with masks, because the Asian countries, whenever there's like some sort of anything,
if you begin to feel a little sick,
when
you start wearing a mask in public.
When flu season comes along in the Asian countries, everybody's masked, because the population density there is so high that you can't be distanced. So you need to have a barrier to prevent proliferation. So in instances like the metro, like certain places where you do tend to get people packed together, I think that masks should sort of be, there should become, I think the government or the health services should say, in situations where people are close together, we recommend a mask for everyone's protection.
Yeah.
We don't require it, but we recommend it. And sort of like it's not becoming a civic duty, but sort of like it's the good thing to do. It's the correct thing to do. That type of thing. They should try and, and I don't know how you inculcate that into a society where there's a bunch of, people who are like, no mask, I'll never wear a mask. Oh, I can't breathe in a mask. Which is like, I can't breathe in a mask. It's like
masks are the
you should try breathing through a ventilator.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And if you can't breathe through a mask, your breathing is so restricted that you should be on a ventilator, or you should not be going out anywhere. Because if you're so compromised in your capacity to bring air into your lungs through a tiny little filtered piece of paper, you've got more serious problems than, oh my God, I can't breathe. You're on the verge of death, buddy. Get yourself to a hospital quick.
I am a convoy person. I do not support these masks.
Let's not go there.
The thing is, they never said like seat belts. We'll just make them a suggestion.
No.
Like, or that's how they started.
Yeah.
And then stats
You
came
know,
in.
seatbelts in North America, cars started putting seatbelts or appearing into production cars in the mid 1960s. I think the first year that they became standard equipment in most cars was 1968,
It used to be an
67.
option you'd have to pay for it.
Yeah, it used to be an option, but 1968 or 67, 68, I don't remember. I remember my father had seatbelts in his 1967 Buick. And when my father got his car, it was his first car with seatbelts. He got his car with his seatbelts. He made a point to me, to my siblings, and to my mother went along with this. She also did this. She said, "These things are for our safety. We are going to use them." It's like, we're not going to buy a car, have safety features in that car, and not take advantage of them. So I became completely used to putting the seatbelt on when I got in the car. It became it became an automatic reflex to do that. That when they brought in the law, it was like, yeah, so. And when I heard people going, "Oh my God, no! I want, I can't. It's
crushing my
restricting. I
kidneys.
can't.
It's breaking my hips."
Yeah. Well, it's really gonna restrict your kidneys and break your hips when you go through the windshield, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh well. But no, I think that there should be. I think we need to shift our view of what it is to be proactive in terms of health, because I read the other day, Bill Gates said, "Oh yeah, this pandemic, we're sort of like coming to the end of it," and Bill Gates, that wonderful superior human being, finished it off with the downer expression or if you will, declaration of the year, when he said, "But there's going to be another one. Like, we may be over this one. Like, we'll get through this one, but just down the road, there's going to be another
Mike,
one."
How is this supposed to be making us all feel bad?
I know. It's just, but you see, the thing is that I think this is our dress rehearsal pandemic. This is the pandemic that it's been bad. There's people who have been, who have died from this, but I think it could have been a lot deadlier. And it fortunately for everyone concerned, it wasn't nearly as deadly as it could have been. If this had been a really, really lethal pathogen, we would have been so fucked. There would be like, we couldn't dig holes quickly enough to bury people. And if people reacted the same way, yeah, we would have been super fucked.
Yeah, I mean, like, let me see. Okay, 934,000 deaths in the U.S. alone.
Yeah.
And that's still a lot of people. I wouldn't call this a light pandemic.
No, I wouldn't. I didn't say that. I said this is sort of our dress rehearsal pandemic.
I mean, sure. If something else comes along, people hopefully, like a
Hopefully,
lot of the skeptics
yeah.
who've been convinced because of their partners who died, because you keep on hearing all that anecdotal stuff.
Yeah. But you have to remember that the Black Plague in Europe in the medieval ages killed 1/3 of the population of the world at that time.
Yeah.
That's like 1 in every 3 people died of bubonic plague. Of course, they had no idea how it was spread. They thought it was bad air, when it was in fact fleas off of rats that were everywhere. But it's like, you have to sort of like, these things can be managed and controlled, but you have to have everybody on board. If you have people resisting the means to control it, you're losing the battle right there. It's like you're fighting an uphill battle.
1 in 3 are gone.
1 in 3 are gone. There you go. Good visual there, Paul.
I just gave a good, a visual aid on that one. All right. Let's talk about fun stuff.
Yes.
Fun stuff. What are you talking about and doing, Mike? Have you got skiing?
Well, actually, I had a scheduled day on Wednesday. First, I had bought tickets to go skiing, and apparently it is going to rain buckets Tuesday night, overnight into Wednesday, and all day Wednesday at the hill that I bought tickets at.
Good. The snow's going to melt.
Well, and it's going to be extremely mild. And the last time that it rained buckets like that at that particular hill, they closed down the hill. So now I have bought tickets, which apparently are unrefundable, for to go skiing at a hill that they'll probably close down on Wednesday. And I'm not gonna. If it's pouring rain like Tuesday night, if I see that it's pouring rain here, there's no way I'm driving to the Eastern Townships to go and ski in the pouring rain. So there you go. That's this is just the luck of the draw. Almost every ski hill nowadays in Quebec, at least, they insist you buy your tickets online and book for that particular day. Like, you buy a ticket, it's not like, oh, I bought, like in the past, if you bought a ticket, you could say, well, I'm going to come the next day after. Is that, it's not a big deal. No, you're booked for that day because they have restrictions on how many people they can put on the hill at any given time. So you're booked for that day. So if you can't come that day, you're kind of like, oh, I just gave you $100. Fuck.
There's no refunds, but if you buy it with your credit card, can't you dispute the charge?
No, I looked into it. They're basically, you've bought this ticket, and I don't know. I'm not sure though that if they themselves, like if the hill decides, no, we're closing down operations for this day in order to. Usually it's when it rains, they want to close it off so that the surfaces don't deteriorate by the groomers and also the skiers packing down the slush into ice. They try to avoid that. So if they're saying, no, we're closing off the hill that day, well, I had a ticket for that day. Through no fault of my own, you closed down the hill. I need a refund. You have to either refund me or give me a ticket for another day.
Yeah,
credit.
Yeah, credit. Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. They did it last week when there was the rain we got last week. They also got it. Yeah. And they closed down the hill that day. It was a Thursday, I believe.
Montreal is probably going to be at risk of flooding with a lot of rain right now.
Yeah. Well, they're saying 15 millimeters of rain.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing, honestly.
Melting the snow and all that's going to be. Melting snow has made both Claudio and I happier. But
yeah, no, I can't. No, because last Thursday was weird because the weather was beautiful. I mean, despite the rain, I'm like, oh, okay, I get to wear a lighter jacket, and I get out of Peroni's and it's snowing. I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers. Fuck.
Yeah, well, historically, the end of February and all of March is the snowiest period of the year.
You know what was... Oh, no, sorry, go ahead.
That's just meteorologically, that's where we get the most snow.
Well, at that point, the ground is cooled off. Like,
yes,
this is the thing. This is why, like, in the East Coast, right along the ocean,
right,
it takes longer for fall to really sort of kick in, but it also takes longer for spring to kick in.
Yeah,
because like land, because it doesn't really move, it'll hold heat and dissipate heat faster. Like it'll gain and hold it faster. That's why it's a harsher winter here than it is, say, in Halifax, because even though we are around the same latitude.
Yeah.
Yes, more or less the same latitude.
Yeah, latitude. Yeah.
And that's because the ocean water being moving, the heat takes longer for it to dissipate or to heat up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the cause. So the more you know, I feel like I just
the more you know.
And yeah, and it's here. The reason why the weather seems more severe in say March, even though we're getting longer days, is because of the fact that the earth is finally frozen, the ground is finally frozen, so
Mhm.
the air above it isn't being warmed,
Right.
and it's
But even though
causes
we
that.
get more snow in March, it doesn't, just because we get more snow in March doesn't necessarily mean that the snow takes longer to melt, because sometimes
Yeah.
end of March it gets very warm, and April too, and snow is not, it's a good insulator, but in terms of being subjected to heat, to hot air, it does not resist hot air. Snow is like, basically a sponge that just, you know, like when you have a sponge that's full of water, it's all full, and when it's dries out, whoops, it's no longer there. So
Oh well, the
okay.
snow hotel, because that's warm inside. You can take your
Yes.
jacket off inside.
Yeah.
So, but that's ice blocks more than snow. Um, all right, Claudio, what are you looking forward to?
Yeah. Where you?
Any TV, movies, shows you want to plug?
Nothing. I mean, I saw The Matrix this past weekend.
Hmm.
It was okay. It
Just
was
okay.
yeah, just okay. It was a fun action movie, but it was okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just I don't know. It was fun to see Keanu Reeves back, but it was just I'm like, all right, you know what? The first one will always be the best Matrix.
Well, because the first one was so groundbreaking, if you will, in
Yeah,
terms
this
of
one.
special effects and stuff. It
Yeah,
was just
this
so out there.
Yeah, this one was cool. I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, there were a couple of scenes that I enjoyed, but apart from that, I'm like, all right, it's a cool movie. I mean, would I buy it? Yeah, I would probably buy it, but
Because you're a completist.
yeah, exactly. And I wouldn't be like, oh my god, it's some, it's. I'm like, okay, cool, all right. On to the Batman now. Let's go. It's gonna be 3 hours long.
The Batman.
Yeah, that one's gonna be good.
I finally saw Spider-Man: No Way Home.
How was
So
it?
I enjoyed it. There was a lot of cameos.
Yeah.
Right.
It sort of evolved the character well. Special effects were generally good. I mean, there's a lot of kind of CGI that went into bringing back some characters
Yeah.
who appeared in earlier films.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Alfred Molina was very famous to say that he wouldn't do it unless he did no action
Yeah.
and they
Exactly.
digitally aged him to be younger.
Right.
Whereas William Dafoe
Right.
said he would only do it if they allowed him to do as much of the fun stuff, aka stunts,
Right.
Yeah.
and they didn't try to digitally alter his face.
Did you? Yeah. No. Especially after the credits, there were some interesting stuff.
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah,
there's
but
always after the credits. There's
but
interesting
but
stuff.
but William Defoe looked like he was 70 when he was like 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, hey, you work with what you got, right?
And we always have to mention the Boondock Saints with William Dafoe.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but William Dafoe said he's comfortable. He could retire, but so he only does projects that he think will be fun.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good
They
for him.
still
I
pay him
always
tons of money.
I always liked him very much as an actor. He always brought so much to any role.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure he's swimming in dough. He doesn't need to be working.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
if
very
he-
much of an actor myself. If you say no, it's because the first in the first Spider-Man when he
Yeah.
talks with Peter Parker
Yeah.
goes, "I'm sort of a scientist myself, Peter."
Right.
Uh, oh well, what is Oh, sorry. Somebody just sent me a message. I should probably read it before I say anything.
Yeah, imagine AJ was waiting this entire time.
Yeah, no, it's not AJ.
Oh.
Just like I said, the beginning of March, the 1st of March, I'm going to be at the Comedy Nest.
Okay, good.
Nice.
2nd of March is the grand reopening of the Wiggle Room.
Yay!
So Vaudeville will be
Oh, that's
back.
what I forgot.
Yay!
Oh, that's why I forgot to message. Ah,
Who did
because
you forget to message?
because I was supposed to be at the Comedy Nest 3 times, but then the pandemic was always hitting.
Yeah.
So now I forgot to send them an email. I'm like, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they'll probably have a spot for you soon enough because because of that
I'm not.
those
yeah.
conditions. I'm sure that
I
they'll
believe
do right by you.
They're going to be changing. Check out the Comedy Nest
Page.
because I believe they are going to be changing how they are booking the open mics.
Yeah.
Okay.
So make sure that you are aware of any changes.
What are the changes, if you don't mind me asking?
I can't remember. That's why I just.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still Peter and Mason that are doing the booking. So,
but not the hosts.
No, not
they
the
are no
hosts.
longer booking the hosts.
Okay. Well.
So.
Oh, okay. I see. I see what. Okay. Yeah.
That's going to be a change, and I believe it's also they're not booking in advance. They're booking each week by each week.
Okay.
Whereas before
they would book,
you could book in advance if you had something.
I actually liked the advance because it gave me time to actually prepare.
Yeah.
Like even like with other shows, and well, I mean, no, there are some shows like, all right, so you have this date. I'm like, cool, I have a month. All right, perfect. Or it's like this week. I'm like, all right, all right, okay, so it's gonna be already a week. Okay, so, but yeah, no, okay, so it's gonna be week by week. All right,
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. No sign of AJ. And we did get positive there towards the end.
Yeah.
Yay. I got a BattleCom coming up on the 28th as well. We got among the people on it is Jim Madrinos.
Oh, good.
Who is the author of the Complete Idiot Guides to Writing Comedy.
Nice.
So he's on that. We have Monica Hamburg. Why was I blocking out her name? Monica Hamburg. Barry Carter.
Oh, cool.
And let me just triple check that. And Scotty Mars from Halifax. So
ooh, okay.
We got a fairly heavy Eastern show. I mean, Barry is currently, I think he's in Mississauga now.
He's in Toronto, yeah.
Yeah, he's in around Toronto. I don't think he's dead. He's not smack in Toronto, though.
I don't think so, no. I think,
and we got New York represented, we got Halifax represented, and of course Monica representing Montreal. And yeah. And,
are you going to do the BattleCom live one day? Like not not online, but live?
Yes.
Nice.
Eventually, when it's safe to do so, and I want to make sure that we have a proper audience too.
Yes.
I want to make sure that I'm trying to build the audience base for it.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, online, we got people watching from all over, which is great.
Excellent.
Yeah, but you also want a majority to be from your hometown too. So when you get live,
yeah, there's got to be a base for live performances. There has to be a demand for people to attend. Mm-hmm. Have either of you checked out Amer Rez and Gable Massey's new podcast?
Yeah,
I've seen clips. I haven't.
Yeah, we had them on. We had them on last week on Dirty Floor.
You did? They're great together. Those two. They have a very good flow.
Oh yeah, no. Last week we had them on.
They're absolutely nuts, but
it was the funnest. It was the funnest 90 minutes we've had with them.
Yeah,
it was fun. It was fun. No, they did they help us, and we sort of we help them.
I don't know that they're even thinking of having people on, but I would love to get on with those two.
No, yeah. They'll eventually have on. No, but we've been talking about like how to get people watching, and I know we're saying we're all agreeing that getting watched, that people watch us is tough. That's what it is. That's why like these lives,
You
is
got to
cool.
be more interactive. I mean, we're not
Yeah,
that
yeah.
interactive with this show. This show isn't about building an audience. It's about
Exactly.
building our
Yeah.
our self, like not self-esteem, but
Right.
for our practice and
Oh yeah,
kind of
self-esteem
make
too.
us happier.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's it. No, like even like even with Dirty Four, like we acknowledge, but it's because we have so much fun talking amongst us. You know,
This is
like
sort of like a green room, really. I mean,
yeah,
this is yeah.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
Yeah,
we're all
yeah.
touching
But
base
I'd like
like
to
we were
point out that
getting
you just
together in a
mentioned
green room.
that Gabriel, I'm sorry, yeah, Gabe and
Hammer.
we're gonna like eventually have. I've been told for I think 2 years that eventually I'll be a guest on the Dirty Four show.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
I've heard rumors that I might be guesting there too.
No, we will. No, it's just because we have because again we're back because we're backed up and
But you got to squeeze in this new podcast duo.
Yeah.
no
Real easy.
because
And,
no it's because
Not that we're calling you out on it or
they've
anything.
been like oh no so when are we gonna they've been saying it for like a year.
Yeah.
They've been saying it for a year, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, so all right, so you know what? Talk to Peter, Victoria. They're gonna just talk to him. Go. And then we're finally the week before. I'm like, oh yeah, forgot about them. Okay, all right, I have to make a thumbnail now. I'm like, fuck. But no, it's just because and then also we wanna because ever since I got into the wrestling thing, I'm hinting Easter eggs for the Wednesday night. Well, I'm not gonna be on this Wednesday, but for my Wednesday thing.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to make it come together. So
what's the Wednesday thing?
the Joe Full in the Ring? We talk about
Okay,
AEW.
that's the wrestling one. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm so what I'm doing is on the Wednesday shows I'm hinting that I'm doing the Sunday, and the Sunday I'm hinting Easter eggs for the Wednesday.
Mhm.
So
Very
You're
clever. Very
cross
clever.
promoting.
Yes.
yeah,
Very
some
clever.
cross.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's hard because a lot of people for the Wednesday like, oh, I know we're gonna come check you out, and on Sundays like, well, we got like 3-4 views. But I mean, who cares about the views? Like as long as you have fun, because if you start looking at the views, you'll be like, I wanna, you'll go crazy. But yeah, no, I know I've been saying this, but we're gonna have you.
If people want to know about Claudio's
Yeah,
shows,
there you go.
Just at Claudio Capri comedy on Instagram, all one word.
Yeah.
Capitalization doesn't matter. It's just there to help you remember it. If anyone wants to follow about Mike Gamash's life, just find him on Facebook. Apparently,
Yeah.
that's the social media.
I'm sort of investigating whether I should have an Instagram, but I'm not quite decided yet.
You see, for me, I mean, like just for me, but again, what do I know about life? The Instagram for me, I just post stuff about like short clips of my sets and
Mhm.
comedy related stuff. So that's
Right.
why I use Instagram. Instagram is good, even Twitter. Like I started I stirred a pot on a wrestler now. Anyways, but that's why for me Instagram and Twitter are important because you just want to say you just promote where you're gonna go and promote like your clips are no longer than a minute. So that's why I use it.
Just a word of advice, Claudio. Don't get on the Truth Social thing. I don't think
No.
that's I don't think they're your target
No,
audience.
No, absolutely not.
Thanks for bringing us back to depressing again, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. God damn it, Mike.
Oh my God!
for,
that's gonna flame out so effing fast. It's gonna be a fun train wreck to watch, but it's gonna be such a train wreck.
Oh yeah.
The, so for people who want to catch up on my shows, just to
Yes.
cross promote everything there on the link tree. There's various YouTube channels you can check out. It's all there, and eventually I think They Talk Funny will come back. I'm just taking a bit of a break from that while I take care of some things. But Battlecom and my good buddy the Love Doctor are still running strong.
And Vaudeville's coming back. Yeah,
Vaudeville is coming back. So yeah, the Love Doctor is. He told me he's pretty excited to be in front of a live crowd again.
As well, he should be.
Yeah. Oh, boys, we had a great episode. We're just a couple subscribers. The Love Doctor YouTube channel is a couple subscribers away from 100.
Hey.
So, just want to get those, and then it will be easy peasy.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's
Peachy
not
sleazy? What? Easy peasy, peachy sleazy? What is it?
easy peasy lemon
I do
squeezy.
not know.
Lemmy squeezy.
I've
Okay.
lost track of so many of the jargonish stuff. That's
All
like.
right. We just found out that Mike's love life is in the toilet. There it is.
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
oh no. I'm gearing up for Claudio's roast that he doesn't know about yet.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly.
I like the one day. Well, hopefully that'll happen. Hopefully, but who cares? Well, if it happens, it happens. It doesn't, it does not. Lol.
right. All right. So,
Yeah,
AJ, we missed you. Maybe next week.
yeah.
Maybe we should give him a wake up call. Maybe we should
No.
try and get in
Nope.
contact.
We
with him.
don't.
No.
We don't do that.
Okay.
Exactly.
Anyone who decided to watch this and got this far, well, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
We're just making sure the rest of us are okay. Claudio, you've been awful quiet. I want to give you a couple minutes to just rant what you are happy about and.
No. I mean,
No, I'm not.
No,
happy.
no.
Okay.
I'm not happy. No.
And then we immediately cut you off.
I mean today, like I don't know, I'm just happy I'm getting back out there, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I feel like I'm stuck in a limbo.
You almost sounded like that was like a part of a dating profile. I'm happy to be getting back out there.
No, no, but like I'm happy, I'm happy, like things are moving. I'm happy things are going back, but I'm all because there are things that I want to do, but I always feel like I'm always in the same place, but I'm trying to get a step further. And every time I try to get a step further, I'm always back to in the middle ground. And I'm like, oh,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it happens to both of you.
There are plateaus, and then you really kind of have to,
yeah.
like, you need to drop material and write new material, so you start
Yeah,
off kind of lower than where you were at.
Exactly.
build it up.
That's what I'm not frustrated. Well, I don't know. I don't know if
It's frustrating.
frustrated
It is frustrating.
annoying. It's more
part of the
annoying.
game.
Yeah, it's part of the
Well,
game. But hey,
yeah, it's sort of like there are bits that you can sort of like put in your holster as bullets, sort of like that
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
you can return to, but there's certain ones that you have to sort of like, okay, well, I've done that one for 6 months, a year. Maybe I'll retire it for a bit and bring it back at another time, or have it there in case I need to pull it out.
Yeah, exactly.
But you need to keep out other things. There's certain things that don't age as well as others, and some certain references
also,
where
when you begin to get bored with it.
Yeah.
Speaking
you
of,
need to stop. Yep. Go ahead, Claudio. Sorry, we were told
it's
you would
okay.
give you time, but keep on cutting you off.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay. It's okay. No, speaking of,
like I don't know why we started cutting you off, but
it's no. Speaking
Last
of people, so and so keeps messaging me, and I gave him back the best message. I'm like, wow, I'm gonna have to charge you for making me come off island. And then he goes, well, that's insane. And I'm like, well, now you know how you sound a few years ago. And then all this to say, nothing happened. So that's
all right.
Well.
With thank you for the vague posting.
No problem.
All right. I think this is as good a place as any to end it. We missed AJ, and of course we missed the cat.